Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I know it has been a while since I made a Marvel Strike Force video. There are reasons behind that, and that's what this video is all about. We're going to talk about the game, going to talk about what's going on with me in the game, and we're going to talk about what's going on with the game in the game, and some of these reasons why you haven't seen a video. So we're going to get into all that, but first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel, you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Alright, and welcome back. So first, I apologize for those of you who do subscribe to this channel for Marvel Strike Force content that we haven't seen a video in the last 3 weeks. There are reasons, and we're going to go ahead and run through all of them right now. And it's because, you know, the big question I have is what's going on with Marvel Strike Force? Not just in the game, but with my channel as well. So let's talk about the game. One of the reasons why you haven't seen content on this game recently is because I've been really focused on specific parts of this game right now. There is so much to do in this game. One of my biggest concerns and biggest complaints is it requires way too much time for you to be competitive in this game. And for someone like me who plays more than one game, I've said it before, I'm a little ADHD or ADD when it comes to games. I just enjoy playing multiple games, not tying myself down to one specific game. So that's why after almost 2 years, my account is where it's at. It's not where a lot of people's are who dedicate time to this game or dedicate pretty much all of their free time to this game. Also, I don't spend a lot of money. I do spend money on this game. I have, in my own terms, spent quite a bit of money on this game, but I don't spend a ton on this game. So I focus on specific parts of this game. Time commitment is huge for me, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't been able to put the content out on this, because of what I'm doing in the other parts of the game. And what that is Ultimate 7. I'm focusing a lot on building the right team for Ultimate 7. There's a whole lot of content out there on what the best teams are. So I'm working on getting my roster up there. I want to shout out to my alliance who's been doing a fantastic job working through Ultimate 7. We are hitting it at 30%. We're just about ready to go and do that daily. We do it a couple times a week, but everybody's doing a fantastic job there. So that's what I'm currently working on. I need to get my team up to where they're going to be effective in Ultimate 7. Also, I'm working heavily now on getting through Fear of the Darkness and obtaining Ultron. I don't have Ultron yet. It took a very long time for me to get the unique materials. I spent so many cores refreshing stores and stuff like that to try and get the materials I needed in order to get the team I wanted in there to start working in there. So that took a really long time for me. My RNG, if you've seen any of my orb opening videos and things like that, is just absolutely horrible, though it took a significant amount of time for me to get that team together. So focusing on Fear of the Darkness, focusing on Ultimate 7. I have dialed back on purchasing new characters into the game, and the reason for that is because, in my opinion, these new characters coming to the game, a lot of them are really untested by the community. Obviously, they're tested by the devs. They're untested by the community, and I don't know exactly where they're going to fit in the game specifically. And the reason why I say that is because we've had characters in this game come out that are slated for specific game modes. We'll just talk about Wakandans. Wakandans, that team last year was supposed to be the epitome of raid teams. That was the raid team that everybody wanted, everybody needed to unlock and get that team up. And I don't even think that team's used very often. I think the team is probably used in the Greek raids, but I mean, even in Ultimate 7, Ultimate 6, probably not using that team because you're using the BKT team. And that's another thing I want to talk about too here in just a minute, is just the teams overall. But anyway, so that's kind of where my focus is. That's why I've dialed back from the new characters in the game. Now, I did just unlock Heimdall, so I'll do a video for that. I know he's been out for a little while, but I unlocked him, so I'm going to go ahead and do a video for him and see, you know, how he performs. He's okay, in my opinion. He seems okay. Not absolutely fantastic. You put that Asgardian team together, though, and that's a really solid team. All right, so The time commitment. Also, I was going through a period where all the game modes, we haven't had a new game mode in what, a year? I think Alliance Wars has been out for almost a year now, and everything is just very much the same. So I'm really hoping throughout 2020 we see some changes within the game, maybe some changes within Alliance War that makes it a little more exciting. They have done some tweaks here and there, but it's all the same kind of stuff. It's all the same kind of format. It's all the same type of node type stuff. It's just a lot of it was the same. So I was going through kind of a period of, I was feeling like a robot. And I auto battle practically everything now. The only thing I don't auto battle anymore is Fear the Darkness. That's the only one. And so everything else is just auto battle. I put it auto battle, set the phone aside, and a lot of that, and the reason why I'm fighting through a lot of this, obviously, is for my alliance. For those of you who subscribe to the channel for the Marvel Strike Force content, but the content is going to slow down for a little bit while I get to where I need to be, so that I can make the videos that you want to see. And that's another question. You know, as far as the videos go, all the videos end up being all the same. They're character videos of just showing you off the animations. They're blitz videos. You're watching the same blitz teams over and over. You're watching the same nodes. You're watching the same battles in arena. Especially in arena, when you start getting to the higher tiers of arena, it's all the same teams. Blitz, it's all the same teams. And that is probably my biggest concern right now about this game. My biggest concern about this game is the cookie cutter aspect of it. These games, I like these types of games because I like to build my team. I like to take characters that I like, put them together, and discover very cool combinations of teams that are effective in different game modes. This game here, it started out that way, but very shortly, I would say early last year, it was very clear that this game was going to be very much team-based and in my opinion, cookie cutter team-based. So just to kind of walk through a few examples here, these are my blitz teams for now. I got to update this a little bit. I haven't been doing a whole lot of blitz or arena, but I have been doing a lot of farming nodes and things like that. But if we take a look at just the team, and take a look at anybody's blitz roster, anybody who runs a ton of blitz, you're probably going to see the same, right? So, I mean, you have your AIM team, you have your Kree team, you have your Supernatural team, you've got your Nick Fury team. Those are all cookie cutter teams. Those are all teams that the devs said, all right, all these characters are going to be put together and they're going to have synergy amongst each other, which synergy is fantastic. We're going to come back to the Brawler team in a minute. But you have the Fantastic Four team, the Wakanda team, which was unfortunately a huge letdown. You have the Spider-Verse team and the Sinister Six team, which the Spider-Verse team is getting picked apart a little bit because now you have Green Goblin up in the Sinister Six, and I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet that most people are using the Sinister Six team over the Spider-Verse team. So I'm hoping that we see something new come into that Spider-Verse team. The Spider-Verse team, I think, would be really cool if you have a full team of different versions of Spider-Man, or different symbiotes or something like that, right? We've got 2 symbiotes, we got 2 Spider-Man. Anyway, so that's it. But again, a cookie cutter team. If we go up into here, you've got pretty much the War team right there. They are missing a 5th member for that, and that team works very well. Vision fits very well in there, but I'm wondering, are they going to put a 5th character in there? And then where does Vision fit in? You have the X-Men team, you have the Defenders, you have the Brotherhood, and then obviously you have the BKT team. And so my whole point here is all these teams are being put together, and the devs are saying these are the teams that you need to play. These are the teams of the characters that you need to go for. And in my opinion, it's taken some of the creativity out of building your own teams and playing with your favorite characters. I mean, there's something to be said for taking characters from different teams and putting them together, which is where the Brawler team comes in. I think the Brawler team is pretty much the only team where you can mix and match different characters, but even then there's limitations there, and we're going to go take a look at that actually right now. So, Brawler team, one of my favorite teams, has to be a Hero Brawler, right? So let's go ahead, let's go to Brawler, and then let's go down to Hero. So it has to be Hero Brawler. So if we take a look at the entire Hero Brawler roster, this is what we have. All right, so you have Iron Fist. Iron Fist is already with Defender, so you can count him out. There's no synergy. If you take a look at every single one of these characters' skills, there's only 2 characters, unless I missed something, there's only 2 characters within the entire Hero Brawler roster who has synergy with other Hero Brawlers. And that's obviously Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel ties all the Hero Brawlers together, which is fantastic. And then you have America Chavez, who does have specific callouts in her skills for synergy with the Hero Brawlers. Nobody else does. So if we just take a look at the list here, we'll just start down at the bottom. You've got Heimdall, who's going to go into the Asgardians, so you can go ahead and kick him out. You've got Ghost Rider, who's already part of the Supernatural team, so you can kick him out. The Thing is part of the Fantastic Four. Psylocke is part of X-Men. Gamora. All right, finishing up the bottom really quick. America Chavez, Miss Marvel, those 2 Hero Brawlers have to be. They don't fit anywhere else. This middle row, Gamora. Now, with your Guardians team, and for those who are still playing the Guardians team, a lot of people are probably leaving Gamora out because you've got Groot, you've got Mantis, and you've got the others in there. That's the typical team that's being used, or the suggested team. You can put Gamora in there, but why? Because she fits very well in with the Hero Brawler team. Her skills don't have anything to do with the Guardians except for the last ability, her passive, which improves crit. So she really only fits with the Hero Brawler team now. Black Panther, obviously, with the Wakandans. Now you have Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel here. Captain Marvel, fantastic in the Hero Brawler team. She does have some synergy with the military. However, when you take a look at that military, you have who? You have Iron Man. You have no, not Iron Man. You have War Machine. War Machine is part of your tech team for War with him and Iron Man and all that. So he's got his own team with Rescue and everything there. You have Winter Soldier, who has synergies with Hydra, which I'm sure the Hydra team has already been rumored or confirmed. I can't even remember anymore. They're going to get a rework, and that's probably going to be for Red Skull or somebody, right? So you can go ahead and count him out. So there's really no other place for Captain Marvel other than this team when everybody else is pretty much being parsed out into their own teams. So you have those. But go up here. Wolverine. Wolverine, obviously X-Men. Now when Cyclops comes into the game, who knows where he's going to fit in. Wolverine, well, obviously Cyclops is going to be in there. Wolverine will probably come out. Maybe it's Storm. You never know. But see, Wolverine has very good synergy with Colossus. Those 2 together. So I don't see Wolverine coming out of that. So he's out. And then you take a look at Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles. Both of them are in the, not Sinister Six, but in the Spider-Verse team. They may bring another character to fill in Goblin's spot there. So those 2 are out. And then you have Daredevil and Iron Fist. Those 2 are out as well because they're specifically in the Defenders. So even with the Hero Brawler team, where you can put a couple different characters together, you're still forced to put those specific characters together. You got Deadpool, who unfortunately doesn't belong anywhere other than the Brawler team. So even with this team, where it seems as if you can create, mix, and match your own, which you can absolutely 100%. But if you've got all these characters in all these other teams, especially with your blitz battles and things like that, you're probably going to leave them there because they have better synergy with that team than they do with this team here. And again, even with this team here, only Miss Marvel and America Chavez has synergy specific to Hero Brawlers. Now, if we go back, take a look at that military team really quick, just so I can make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Where we are, right there. Yeah, so Captain America doesn't really belong anywhere anymore. He was like one of the best tanks in the game when the game first came out. You could definitely mix and match your characters really early on in the game, which was fantastic. There was a great team when you had Night Nurse and Quake and Black Widow and Captain America, and then I used... well, Yondu I used quite a bit in there, but I also used Hawkeye in that. So Captain America, don't know what's going to happen with him. They're probably going to do something. I'm willing to bet on that. War Machine, obviously, with the War team. Captain Marvel with the Brawler team, and then again Winter Soldier, part of Hydra. So this team here doesn't even have, you don't even have a full team here for a military team. So pretty interesting there. So that's kind of where I've been stuck with this game. Just it's just I felt like a robot. Now I'm still working on it, like I said. So if I go and I take a look at up here, I've got so my team for Dark Dimension for Ultron is that top row. but you can drop Thanos, you add Nick Fury in there. Those are all my Gear 13s. I'm working more and more on Phoenix. Got her to Gear Tier 12, so I can work on my team for Arena, so I can do a little bit more in there. And then I got Invisible Woman and Scientist Supreme Ultima 7 playing around with that. There's just not a whole lot of damage there. Night Nurse, I would love to see her come back. I would love to see a little bit more variety, a little bit more us being able to invoke a little bit more creativity when we're creating our teams. I mean, even if you go into, let's jump into Alpha really quick here. If I jump into Alpha, this is what we have here. So the different lanes, right? You have Cosmic. The Cosmic lane, more than likely, you're using BKT. If you don't have BKT, then you could use Guardians, but those are probably the two that are being used the most there. Probably BKT more than anything. You also have Global. If you have Global, more than likely, you're using the Nick Fury team, so you can run through the Global nodes. That's probably the most effective way to run through that. Now, you can go through a couple other teams, but as far as Global goes, you have... you want sustainability, obviously, in the raid. So if you use, like, your Brotherhood team, there's really not much sustainability there, no healing. So Nick Fury is probably used the best. You also have Wakandan and AIM that can be used there. Now, I know some people are really putting a lot into AIM. And AIM works out very well. I do like the rework for AIM. It's very cool. But again, you know what? Boom, here's the team. Go for it. Have fun. It doesn't allow us to really play around with it. Even when you do these nodes here that require one or the other, there's always a team, a pre-built team that you can take in there. And then the other one is City. So City, that's easy. You're obviously going to put in your Defenders or your Sinister Six and run through that. Sinister Six really doesn't have the sustainability that the Defenders have. Defenders is going to be your best bet running through all those nodes. So again, even with a raid that requires not specific characters, but specific traits like Cosmic, City, things like that, they're still cookie cutter teams. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's kind of what I've been struggling with for the last 3 weeks, and figuring out what kind of content I want to create, where I want to see the channel go with this game forward into 2020. I want some unique content. I want stuff that you guys are going to be interested in. So definitely let me know in the comment section below. What do you think? And what kind of videos and stuff that you want to see on the channel? I'll keep churning stuff out. But if it's not stuff you want to see, then you definitely need to let me know in the comment section on what you want to see. All right, I got other stuff coming too. The 2020's got a ton of stuff coming up, and I got some cool stuff that I want to do with the channel. So there's a whole journey I have to go on with 2020, so it's going to be fun. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you today. Just kind of let you know where I am with the game, discuss the game itself, and as it pertains to my channel as well. And I will definitely see you in the next video. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.